Hello and welcome to the YouTube channel of mprugs.com. Hope you and your family are doing well. In today's episode, I'm going to be featuring a design that is very classic in not only Persian rugs, but you'll also see this in the Turkish rugs and in the Indian rugs. It's a tile pattern that is actually, it goes back centuries and has a somewhat of a religious origin and background. The tile pattern that you see here, we have a gorgeous pure silk Persian Qom rug that we have just received. It's a 2 meter by 2 meter. And as is the case with most Persian rugs, it has the signatures of the workshop. In this case, you can see it in the picture there. This is the Piruzmand workshop in Qom that has made this beautiful piece, very classic. But what this tile pattern that you see here, which I think based on our experience and everything, we have learned as wholesalers in our family, the biggest market for this is actually in Europe and also Northern America, Central America. But Europeans have always had a fascination with this tile pattern. And you'll also see it in for example, in the Spanish culture. A lot of these, the motif designs and everything, they come from the Spanish. In the tiles, you see that in European architecture. But the origin of it is actually a Mehrab design. And I'm just going to use an example here. You can see it here. This is a Turkish Harike rugs right here. We have several examples. You'll also see this sometimes in Persian rugs. You'll also see it in Indian Kashmir rugs. And the Mehrab design, the idea is that this was something that people would hang in their homes. This is where you would be looking in the direction of Mecca. The idea is that the window points towards Mecca. So no matter where in the world you are, when you look through that window, when you're looking at the carpet, you see the Mehrab. That is basically the path towards Mecca. That is what many people also oftentimes refer to this design as the inspiration behind the prayer rugs. You will also oftentimes see this where it's like my dad was being a devout Muslim. When he would do his prayers, oftentimes he would be praying onto a prayer stone. The prayer stone was the direction of Mecca. So when he did his prayers, he had a little compass that actually showed no matter where in the world he was traveling or where he was living, he can always flip his compass open and he can see which way is Mecca based on, as he explained to me, there was basically two needles, one that points north, and then as a result, you can always have one that points towards Mecca. That's how he explained it to me, being the ignorant one in the family here. And so, but that's something that you'll also see then expand into the rug culture. And here you have, and this is also very classic in the larger pieces, in the tile patterns, you'll oftentimes see it where they not only, they will duplicate some of the tiles. You typically have numerous designs, like in this case right here, we have about 9, and then it is duplicated. That is why, for example, you'll see that here we have this leaf design. Here it's facing basically to the left. Here it's facing to the right. And these are the types of things, but the theme on these types of rugs is the Mehrab design. And it's really popular. This is something that many of our clients, they look for. They especially love these in the Persian rugs, in the Qom rugs. Qom and Tabriz are famous for these types of patterns. Also, sometimes you see it in tribal rugs, but generally speaking, on the medium to high-end rugs. We have, for example, and like I said, I'm just going to use an example. Every once in a while, you'll find them in like mood rugs. Sometimes, a few times, we have also seen them in the Nain rugs. And but generally speaking, this is a design very popular in the pure silk Qom rugs, also in to a lesser extent in the Tabriz rugs. You will also find it in the Kashmir, the Indian Kashmir rugs, very popular, and also in the Turkish hericates of the old days. But because the Turkish heritage rugs were, generally speaking, very fine and as a result much smaller because they were typically hung on walls and they're almost like art pieces, they would not incorporate as many. But you will, this is something that you will see. So I wanted to introduce you to the, some people refer to it as also kind of a Herati design, but that's actually not the case. But I wanted to introduce you to the tile design, very popular, give you a little bit of background about it. Now, as I oftentimes do, before I say my goodbyes to you, just wanted to briefly let you know, this channel, it's all about handmade carpets, but I also often, I make it almost daily, reply to your emails with questions that I get from viewers like yourself that may have carpets themselves and you have quick questions. So there's a link below in the description. Feel free to look at the video that shows you what type of pictures I need and everything. And you can email us the pictures. I can certainly give you my 2 cents on the rug that you have. Now, just so you know, as I oftentimes say, I can give you a lot of information, but what I will not do is I will not make you an offer. We do not buy rugs that people ask us about. I don't think that's professional. I don't think it's ethical. It would be wrong for me to lowball you and then turn around, buy the rug, and then sell it for much more. But what I can do is take a look at the rug and give you a quick answer of what I think you may have, or if you have any specific questions. I can do my best, typically can answer about 9 out of 10. But I don't do the evaluating, I don't do appraisals. I do not buy or deal in rugs that I buy privately. I just want you to know that. But this channel is all about handmade carpets. So if it's something that you enjoy, feel free to hit the subscribe button. Also, as often I appreciate any likes. If you have questions, put them in the comments section or visit us at mprugs.com. So as I oftentimes do, I'm going to be coming back to you with many more videos to come. In the meantime, wishing you and your family the very best. Hope you're having a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.